Well, thank you very much for the follow.
Lucy from Discord can't escape.
Lucy. Well, that's a nice name. Alright, boys, we begin. This does not look good. Kinda does. They do 0 damage. Fuck. Mr. Martin, how are you doing this Sunday evening? Well, that's good. Yeah, me too. It's all fine. I was excited to see that there is a new randomizer for this game that I grew up with. So we're gonna try it out. It will be fun. I almost did the same mistake as the last stream. I almost said Mr. Emily, because that's what I say to every like viewer. Mr. Martin, Mr. Daniel. And then like, oh yeah, females exist. I mean, nerdy females exist in this world. That was like a... Yeah, I know. That was just an urban legend for me growing up. There were so few nerdy people, you know, around me growing up in my hometown. And the few that were of course male. I mean, I'm not trying to be sexist, that's just how it was. There were very, very few like nerdy gaming girls, you know. Oh, times have changed. Now all of them play Roblox and shit like that. And Among Us? Yeah, it's perfectly fine, Emily. I know you by this point. You know that highlight where you commented, "Let me lurk in peace"? I mean, that's what I'm going with. I was at your house when you grew up. That's true, though. It's true. I have nothing to say against that. There we go. Just fixing some shit. It's very... Do you say seldom? It's seldom I stream, you know, emulators like this. This time... Fuck. I have to do it since it is Randomizer. I do own this game on the original hardware. And I will be, you know, playing and streaming it on that hardware with capture cards later on. But with the Randomizer, no can do. It did work with Metroid Prime, because that game uses ISO files, and I can put that on the Wii and then load them, so we can play it on the original hardware. But for Super Nintendo, it's kind of difficult if you want to make your own cartridge and then make it into PAL 50 Hz. Good luck with that. 100 talents. Okay, so I just need to make sure that I know what I'm doing with this emulator and the right hotkeys and shit. So we don't fuck anything up. There we go. So very briefly, the randomizer is set to normal difficulty and glitchless completion. So it means I can beat the game with random items without the need of any, glitches and tricks that speedrunners use. I have played this game a lot. A ton, actually. But I've never actually, speedrun it. Or learned any advanced tricks. And the few tricks that I learned, learned on my own. Playing the game as a kid. But I don't know any, big speedrunning tricks. So I want the randomizer to be kind of casual. And just have fun playing this game, which I love. If you put 60 Hz on a 50 Hz hardware? 60 Hz game on a 50 Hz hardware. Okay, so what happened back in the day with our, big CRT TVs? When we played... When the GameCube came out, that was the first time we could play 60 Hz games. And with our old CRT TVs, when we enabled 60 Hz, the color went away. So... You could play 60 Hz games, but there was no color. That's what happens. And then we got some new CRTs, back when the GameCube came out. Like widescreen CRTs and shit like that. And they had support for, 60 Hz with colors. And that's what we used playing games like F-Zero GX, Smash Bros. Melee, and games like that. That had 60 Hz. But yeah, you can play 60 Hz on 50, but no colors. And sometimes I actually did that. I just said, fuck it, because I want to have the faster frame rate for certain games, so I didn't care too much. But for the most part, we played 50 Hz when we didn't have those monitors. And back then, I didn't know much about the technical stuff, about video games and Hertz and shit like that. So for me, I didn't even know what 50 Hz was. And so for me, that's how the game were supposed to look. I didn't think about it in any way. But then you grow older, you learn on the internet that, hey, we have PAL, it sucks dicks, and you're playing the games in the wrong speed. And so they're telling me that throughout my entire childhood, I've been playing these games in the wrong frame rate. That they weren't designed for this frame rate. It's just some fucking handicap that we have. So that makes you a little bit sad. Like, oh, my whole childhood was a lie. And now when I, go back and actually play these games in the correct frame rate, it feels weird. Since I have countless hours on the 50 Hz versions, of course. But that's just how it is. I'd rather play the games how they were designed. And also when it comes to Super Nintendo, it's often enough not 4x3. It's actually 8x7, which is, even smaller than what you're seeing right now. But every single game that we played back then on the CRT TVs were played in 4x3. So all the games we played were stretched to 4x3, and that's what everyone grew up with, including me. And that's what we thought, that, these games are in this aspect ratio, and we just have to deal with it. But nope, apparently not. The games were designed for 8x7. And then going back, as I said before, and playing these games in 8x7 looks so fucking weird. And right now we're not playing in 8x7, we are playing in 4x3, because this is the aspect ratio I grew up with. And so the game just looks wrong in 8x7, even though that's the original aspect ratio. It's all complicated, it's all technical. I don't know if anyone gives a shit, but I do. Here's a small example. So you see this target icon? It's supposed to be round. At least that's what I think. And if you play the game in 8x7, it is round. But if you tilt your head, you can see that this target symbol is not round. It's oval shaped. It's stretched. But yeah, I think I missed some stream text. I'm sorry about that. Playing the game and focusing on English at the same time, it's not that easy. Let's see. You asked for a reason, yeah, of course. But there's something to be said for what you actually experienced and loved as well. Exactly. You see? I guess games are a work of art, and if you experience that art in a certain way, then I guess there's no fault to it. I mean, the game is still the same. You still go around beating enemies, leveling up. You're hearing the same music. So yeah, I guess the difference isn't that big. And as I said, most people wouldn't notice, wouldn't care, and would never know. But me as a technical dude, I want to learn this kind of stuff. And so it's super interesting for me. And I'm very happy, you know, with all this said and done, with the 60Hz and 50Hz and the CRTs and 4x3 and widescreen, all that shit that we have been like meandering about throughout the ages with PS2 GameCube era. Now finally, every country on Earth, we have the same standard. Games today are in 16:9, they are in 60 FPS or 60 Hz. It's all good, you know, we all have the same standard. Look at Switch. It doesn't have support for 50 Hz anymore because it's an HDMI console. So Switch all around the world is the same. And I'm happy with that. I'm happy that every country experiences the game the same way. That's how it's supposed to be. I need to change this text box. I don't like it when it's like the pattern. It just makes it weird to read. So we'll keep it like that. This is one of my favorites, I think. Okay, so yeah, items randomized, like ingredients you find all over the place, like we just did here. Oh shit, my dog is dead, so he can't search for ingredients. And they are randomized as well. Ingredients, item pickups, weapons, spells, all of it are randomized. Holy fuck! Okay! Oh, shit. We found an end game item. You get this spear like at the 98% mark of the game. Like right before the last boss fight, you get this weapon. And we already have it? What the shit? I did not expect that. Hopefully this seed isn't too easy now. You know, starting the game with an end game weapon. Holy shit. I'll save that. See you later indeed. So I guess we have to look at all the items we can find so we don't miss any important key items for the most part. Okay, so the shops are not randomized. That's good. We'll get a biscuit, which will revive our dog in case he dies. And we also get to name our dog. And I kind of want the chat to decide what the dog is gonna be called. If not, I have some suggestions of my own. Holy shit, a call beat already. Grace Vest, how nice. Bada bam. So for those of you who don't know, this game, I played it when I was 4 years old, first time. And it was my very first RPG game. I had never experienced, I didn't even know what an RPG was. I mean, for me back in the day, I just played games and just took it as they came. And this was the first game that dealt with, you know, equipment, currency, stats, levels, spells, you know, typical RPG stuff. I had no idea what it was. I played this game, I was like, what is going on? I barely knew English. Atlas Medallion. So this game made a huge impression on me. Like, holy crap, games can be number-based? You don't just jump on Goombas and you shoot fireballs on fucking Bowser? No. wow, there's storytelling, there's characters you can talk to and help and get rewards. What? So it's this game was a real eye-opener for me. We get better armor. That you knew the percentage of the top of your head. Wait, what? Oh, I just spoke roughly, roughly speaking. I just know that laser lance is an endgame item you get near the final boss encounter. So yeah, let's go to Fire Ice. So, to explain the story in a very simple fashion, this world, Evermore, is an experiment. And these people, like the guy we're playing as, and this character, Fire Ice, in front of us, who's actually named Elizabeth, they are from the real world, And we entered this Evermore experiment world by mistake. And now we're trying to get out. Okay, so what is the dog's name, boys? Pog? should I call the dog Pog? Martin, was that what you wanted? Is that what you said? Is that why you said Pog? Maybe. My go-to name these days is actually Al Borland, and that's a reference to Home Improvement, a sitcom I grew up with. And the whole joke is that Al Borland is the worst assistant ever, and you make fun of him, in a sense. And so this dog is kind of your assistant in this game. It's an AI that follows you and helps you out, so it's an assistant. That's why I named it Al Borland. Okay, Pog. Can we name him Poggers? Pogger? Poggers. Let's go Poggers. It sounds more like a name. Poggers, that's original. We're not really sure where here is, to tell you the truth. You're on Evermore, in my prehistoric village. I'm the leader. You wouldn't know how to get to Pudonk from here, would you? So Pudonk is in the real world. Interesting. I might... Maybe we can work something out. Do my errands. Fucking dick child. Every single RPG has this fetch quest shit. I'll help you with whatever you need if you do this. And then this guy, I don't like this, but he has this fucking references to movies that don't exist. Well, I'm ready for anything. Okay, so she's gonna give us our first spell, which is normally Flash, a fireball. But we're gonna get... Oh my fucking god. Barrier, which is the most broken spell in the entire game. The game says shields target hero. What it really does is it heals you, and then it makes you fucking invincible for 30 seconds. It's just so fucking broken. But in order to cast spells in this game, you don't have magic power or MP or shit like that. You have ingredients. It's not called spells, it's called alchemy. So you mix alchemy. For instance, this spell is 2 iron and 2 clay. And then you can cast it once. And here are the ingredients we have as of now. And you find these like randomly, or you can buy them from shops. Simple, typical RPG stuff. Alrighty, let's go. Find that dude. Let's see if I can do this. Nice. So we have the endgame spear. It's insane. We're gonna one-shot everything. Our dog doesn't have weapons at all, so he's just gonna level up normally, while our main character can get weapons and shit. And I don't know how this is gonna turn out. We're gonna kill everything in one hit now. It's not even fun. I should have made the difficulty hard mode, maybe. So this is a typical grinding spot. And this is where, of course, I was first introduced to what farming and grinding is. I mean, of course, back then I didn't call it, I'm gonna grind these enemies and level up. we just said, you know, level up. But with today's gaming terms, it's called, you know, grinding and farming. And if you don't know, farming is when you kill enemies to get items. Or you don't have to necessarily kill enemies. Farming is getting items by doing like the same process over and over. And grinding is killing enemies over and over to either, you know, get stuff or higher level. Dry ice, how nice. I'm looking for a whirlpool right there. Wow, and I thought little sand in the shoes was irritating. Okay, so this guy is cool. Because he gives us the Jaguar ring. Hopefully, if it's not randomized. The Jaguar tooth ring. We can run with it. So we just need to buy some shit first. We'll get some pedals. And we get the Jaguar ring. That's nice. So now we can run. Yay. Like this. It looks stupid, but you have the energy meter down in the left corner. It goes up to 100%. And then you can run like this. And then it goes up again and you can run. But the fastest way is to just spam run like this. And so you can run kind of indefinitely. But you have low energy all the time. It looks stupid. And that's because of this. No. No references, please. Okay, so in the game, we're supposed to go and find Strongheart and, you know, help him by defeating a boss. And then we get a weapon that can cut down grass. But since we already have this lance, we could just skip that entire boss fight and go straight to the next place. But we will surely get lots of items on the way there, so I'll actually do it in the game's original order as of now. See, the dog can't get sucked into the whirlpool. Broken piece of shit. Adam, what? And now we got the best axe in the game? We already got the best lance and the best axe. And we just started playing. Fuck. But I actually like the lance more, so we'll go with that. Fuck. Okay, so I don't believe key items will appear in these, you know, random ingredient spots. I think it's just ingredients. I really hope so. I don't think they would have made it that way. But the chests, of course, we need to get those. This guy kind of scared me, and he still does, because he looks so creepy, and then he attacks out of nowhere, so it's kind of like a jump scare. Dude. Yeah. I don't get many visitors out here in the muck. I study alchemy, it's very powerful. Alchemy, you're not Strongheart, are you? No, but I know him. I saw him only a few days ago. He was walking towards the big bug. If you're going in after him, you should have another alchemy formula. Alchemy is quite useful. You take a little of this and a little of that, and poof, it's like magic. Let me give you the hard ball formula. It's an effective weapon. Well, guess not. We're gonna get Sting. And that's an emote! That's one of my Twitch emotes. And I noticed now that I have it in the wrong speed. I guess I'll have to change that. But yeah, got Sting. We can buy some ingredients if we want to. Maybe. Martin, do you have better TTV installed on Chrome or whatever browser you're using? Okay, so do you have the emote menu enabled? Let's see. I don't know if I'll have to show it on the stream, but if you press on your icon, or click on your icon in the top right corner, and then at the bottom of that list, you can see better TTV settings. And in those settings, there is an option for emote menu. So please enable that. And you should find it. Poggers. Any items? You good boy. Fuck. Look at this guy. He can find anything. And some of these I do know, you know, from playing this game multiple times, but not all of them. And some of them are obvious. I always found these bushes interesting. It's like they're glowing? Why though? Shit. Dude. What? Huh. Never mind then. And we would like to kill at least 100 enemies with this spear, because then you can level it up. And when you level up a weapon, you can do, you know, more moves and attacks with it. Specifically range with the lance, of course. So that would be nice. Yay, you found it! My man! Yeah, so if you compare the emote on Twitch to the one in the game, I should have made it a lot faster. But I don't know if that's annoying. You know, if it is that fast in Twitch chat, isn't that like annoying? I kind of like the more... No, it looks more like a bird when it's that slow. A bee doesn't flap its wings like that. So I don't know, should I change it? Yeah, it should go faster. It definitely should. A bee doesn't flap its wings that slow. I'll have it fixed for another stream. Yeah, most likely I'll have it go, you know, in 30 FPS. So... yeah, I guess every other frame. No, I would say 2 frames per animation, or frame. 2 animations, 2 frames per frame? I don't know how to explain it. But it should not flap in 60 FPS. It would be way too fast. Faster than, oh, even faster than that. Yeah, I guess, but since the game runs at 60 FPS, maybe it would look weird. This fucking guy. $480. Yeah, let's go. I mean, I guess you could look that up on Wikipedia or something. How fast do bees... do they flap their wings? I guess they do. Okay, so this place right here is like a maze. If you take the wrong way, it like breaks apart and you can't continue. And then you have to take this slide all the way down. Woo! But of course, Mr. Creamsy knows the way. So we'll just head right through it. In before I actually forget. Whoa, he didn't die in one hit? And I have to say, I do like this energy system going from 0 to 100% before you can attack. And the enemies have that system as well, it's just that you can't see it. You see, the enemy doesn't attack right away. It has to charge its attack just like yours. And so that gives it kind of a turn-based feeling. But instead of just being menus, like in classic Final Fantasy, you can actually move around, charge up an attack, and then, yeah, you get the point. I do like it. Action RPG, really, really good. And then comes Kingdom Hearts, when you can just wail all the time. 230 beats per second. Beats? Do you mean the wings? How many times they go down? Up and down. Beats sounds like their heartbeat. Or whatever. I don't know, man. Oh shit. Do you say that? They beat their wings? Huh. Sounds weird. Alright, it's boss time any second now. We'll see how that goes. Now, here's a thing about this game that made it really... not hated, maybe, but just... what made the game get dropped by many people. You know, people who picked up this game and gave it a chance. And here comes the reason why most people dropped it. So you have this entire, like, first dungeon that we're in right now. And there's only one save point, and it is at the beginning of the dungeon. And you have to walk through all of this shit, all these different levels, and you come up here, there's like no warning, except this big opening right here, and then there's a boss fight. And most people, including myself, first time will die to this boss. What happens then? You lose all your progress, you have to redo the whole dungeon from the start. So then you have like two choices. Either you blast through everything again, go to the boss and try again, or you go through the dungeon and then go back and save. But there's almost no point to that at all, unless, you know, you want to grind. We can actually cast Sting now. That's interesting. Interesting. Ah. And even the lead program designer or whatever said in an interview that one of their worst mistakes was not adding a save point right here or something outside of the boss room. It just made the game super irritating because it's not an easy game, you know, for first timer. And so having it so difficult, you know, the first boss battle, having it so difficult and no save point before, really bad game design. People hated it and went back to Secret of Mana instead. That's just how it was. But me, I didn't have that many games, I believe. So I just pulled through. I got good and I beat the boss, and now it's one of my all-time favorite games. You see, I could have, if I had so many games to pick from, I could have easily been one of those people who, you know, struggled with the first boss with no save point, and just said, fuck it, I don't want to play this game. But here we go, boss fight. He is called Thrax, and he is at the front cover of the game. He's creepy. And he spawns maggots, he attacks with his claws, and his weak point is of course the heart in the middle, that's beating. But what we want to do is actually kill these arms, or destroy them, I guess. And he can also scream like that. Makes the camera shake and you take 5 damage. So we need to time our attacks and try to destroy these arms. And the reason is because they count as an enemy. If we go to target right here, you can see left claw, Thrax's heart, maggot, and right claw. And they have experience points. Cost those best weapons. Yeah, I know. It will be really easy now. Normally you only have the bone. This one, you see, it does 10 damage. 10 base damage. And we have already 50, which is the best. Fuck. But yeah, you get a lot of XP for destroying the arms, and I am really sucking with the timing here. And of course he can cast spells. And our dog is almost dead. So we'll cast a pedal on him. This fucking spear has this launching startup before it attacks. Fuck. One talon, okay. And talon is the currency here in the prehistoric village or whatever. Fuck's sake. It doesn't help that we have these fucking ads destroying my pace. I think it's much easier with the bone, since the lance is so slow with attacking. God damn it, dude! Almost dead. Yippee. And also we can push select to control the dog like this, and then the human becomes the NPC. But no reason for it. And now laser lance is level 2, which means we can charge it up like this. And then we can fucking throw it if we can get these enemies out of the way. We can throw it like that. Never mind. He yelled and we got hit. And this boss fight is actually a good place to level up your weapons. As I said before, you kill 100 enemies and you level up a weapon. And since the boss spawns infinitely of these maggots, we can just level it up here. I kind of should actually, but it will make the game really, really easy if we level up the spear too much right now. And same goes for the dog. He can level up his bite or whatever. So, both of the claws are gone. Don't have to worry about that. And since we can throw the spear... It feels so weird for me because you're not supposed to have a spear at this boss fight. But now we can throw it through the ribs. If I can get past them. When we attack the heart, and every time you do that, he screams and you fall back. And he will most likely cast Acid Rain any second now. But you're supposed to attack the ribs like this and get in here. And the dog is glitching out on the ribs. I think he got stuck. And he can't get in here, so we just attack him like this. He will cast Acid Rain. Very annoying spell since you're stuck throughout the entire animation. So many maggots, goddamn! And we have no more healings. So even though I have this strong weapon, I'm still struggling because I have no healings. Oh, never mind, I do. I have 4 honeys. Which is also endgame healing items. Because it heals you 300. A little bit overkill. Fucking die already. Wait, the maggots are still there? Okay. Now they died. And this is how the bosses die in this game. They explode for a ridiculous amount of time. But it's just fun. And we shall get a weapon. Maybe. We got a diamond die. Woo! That's not a weapon though. That's a key item. Coolness factor, indeed. So we have a pouch. And we have charms and rare items. And the diamond die, we have one of them. There are 2 in the game. And they are needed to not beat the game necessarily, but one of the key items you need to progress throughout specific parts. So now we saved the Strongheart, yippee. This is my dog Poggers. He hasn't been himself lately. That fucking monster. 10 wax and 10 oil. Thanks, man. Good luck, Narokath. And that's it. So, as I said before, the original purpose of this dungeon is to beat the boss. You get your first axe weapon. And with the axe, you can, you know, chop down bushes that blocks your path forward. So in a sense, it's kind of like Metroid in that sense, that you get new power-ups or weapons, so you can get past you know, obstacles. While most RPG games, they have like a story that needs to progress, that moves you along. While in Metroid, it's that thing you get, yeah, Pokemon as well, with Cut, of course, and Surf, shit like that. Exactly. It's kind of like that. And this is a fun thing. Every time there's a cutscene or two characters talk like this, the dog usually just goes to sleep. And I find it funny. But it's cute as well. You can see him breathing slowly. And, you know, he doesn't understand what's going on. So he's just taking this opportunity to rest. And, okay, so this guy is supposed to give us Acid Rain, the spell that boss used on us, but instead we get a random spell, of course, which is speed. Increases our agility. That's nice. And you can equip up to 9 spells in total. So for now there's no reason not to equip them. But then you have to manage which spells do you want to keep with you or not. And then you can also level up your spells by using them. Okay, so this guy sells some other ingredients. We should get some of it since we have lots of money now. Just keep a even amount on everything, just for safety reasons. Because I don't know what spells we're gonna get, so I can't plan ahead. There we go. And this is something I don't understand. You see down there to the left, you have 4 icons, colorful icons. The first one is Talon, which is, you know, their currencies. But I don't like that the game spoils from the beginning that there are 3 other currencies. And also that it kind of spoils that there are only 4 different places in this world that has 4 different currencies. I just don't like it. I mean, for me, it doesn't matter that much since I know the game inside and out. But for newcomers, it's like, wow, why would they do that? It just makes me question their game design. You don't spoil future content in your game. And it can't be that hard to program, you know, to hide it. So I don't know if it was intentional or not. Like, how does this guy, who just came here, and is trying to learn what's going on, how does he know that there are 4 currencies? I don't know. And maybe he doesn't know. It's just a fourth wall thing. So we don't need to grind anything at all. We're in a very good level. We have level 2 spare. We should be fine throughout most of the game, actually. It shouldn't be that hard. Let's go and talk to Fire Eyes. Why not? Got a nifty claw too. It's like an axe. Well, we did not. You see, as soon as we help her with something, something else comes up and she can't help us. It's so stupid. You see, it's like, I would like to help you, but I don't give a fuck. I would like to go back home. And then she's trying to make us believe that helping them with this will help us in return. It's like, stop it. But yeah. So that's the story of the game. That Professor made a machine that can send people to worlds of their own design. So it's isekai, kind of. Well, maybe not. They're not reborn in the world. They they can enter worlds of their own design. And Fire Rise right here, she designed this place because she's fascinated with the prehistoric times. How can a girl help a couple of adventurers like us? Let me show you why they call me Fire Rise. Sure thing, let's go. Okay, dude. Ooh, badass. Mushroom. So we have call beads, which we can use to, you know, call Fire Rise, and she can cast her own set of spells. Cool. Right, let's go and save. This place is so weird. Because the music slash ambience, it's like 3 seconds long. Maybe 5 seconds, and it just loops. Fucking bird to the left. Yeah, I guess there would be similarities because of, you know, they're both Super Nintendo games. Hello, dude. Finest armor? I don't think so, dude. They suck. I guess they're better than nothing, but we'll get the shell hat. But unfortunately, they don't appear on your character. RIP. I guess these flowers can eat up your characters and eat them. I mean, chew on them. And they are called corny flowers. And that was also interesting for me as a child, you know, playing all these other games. Where you don't really learn anything about your enemies. You just beat them. You know, in a shoot 'em up or whatever game. You see your enemies, you defeat them. And they don't normally have a name that's apparent inside the game. You normally have to go into the manual to figure out what the enemies are called. Like in Zelda, you have to open up your manual and there are the names of the enemies. But I didn't really do that as a kid. But as you can see, this game, the enemies all have different names and properties and things like that, so you can, you know, learn them. They're called Widowmaker. Woo! Bunch of widows. And this is the Mammoth Graveyard. And unfortunately, it is a very, very short place. And it makes me wonder, is this one of those places in the game that got cut short? Because this game, unfortunately, has a lot of flaws. And one of the biggest flaws is that the game was kind of rushed. So they didn't have time to finish most areas. Specifically, the last act of the game is super short. And they had plans, you know, many plans and ideas for the last place in the game, but it had to be cut short. And this is, yeah, I know, Martin, that's cool. It's really cool. But yeah, this place is really short, so it's one of those rushed. The Mammoth Graveyard. And it's sad, because the music you're hearing right now only plays in this location. It's a unique music track for this place. And It's really good. I mean, good Super Nintendo music right here. And just like that, it's kind of over. Now we have a boss battle, and that's the Mammoth Graveyard. Trespass in our bone land. Prepare to join the mammoths. Okay, fam. And here's a weird thing with these enemies. They're called vipers, yeah? Or just viper. And if you go over here, they can't attack you. They didn't program them to get over here. They get stuck. So as long as you stand here, they can't hurt you. They can't go past this point right here. You see? They just stand in place. So here's an example of all the shortcomings of this game. Yeah, I can just stand here and throw my spear. But right now I don't want to do that because my dog is dead. And he won't get any experience if he's dead. Now the music made by Jeremy Saul, amazing. I mean, this track you're hearing right now, the boss battle, really good boss battle music. But yeah, here you can see some of the shortcomings, as I said. Yeah, that is really short. You can run through it super quickly, but I didn't want to. I deliberately went through it slowly so we could hear the music. Now, I think most people know this. I hope they do. But Evermore has one of my favorite music tracks of all time. And you can hear it right now. Fuck, he's already dead. Spider's Claw. We're supposed to get that from Thrax. But yeah, easy boss with that spear. So in the music department, this game has no shortcomings at all. And this was the first game that Jeremy composed music for. And then he went to Elder Scrolls and World of Warcraft and games like that. Skyrim as well. I don't know if he composed all the music for Skyrim. Probably not. Yeah, I have been thinking, for a long time to make rearrangements or covers of Evermore music. And not just Evermore, also Super Soccer, that football game. Really good music in that game, and it is in the rock formula. So it would be very cool to make some metal covers or rock and roll covers of that. Now we got Crush formula. And that's one of the best magics in the game. Interesting. And they also randomized the ingredients you need. I didn't notice that until now. Because Crush normally requires limestone and wax. But now it's root and water. So that's super interesting. I don't know if I like that they randomized the ingredients needed for the formulas. I hope you can tweak that. I didn't tweak many settings at all, actually, for this first playthrough. But for my other, randomizer playthroughs of this game, I'll tweak some settings, maybe make it harder. Maybe it will require some glitches here and there. Yeah, this track right there that you heard on real guitar, that would be cool. But yeah, we got the Spider's Claw, which is just 15 damage. We don't need that shit. We got the Laser Lance. And the game just perfectly mixes places with ambience and places with music. So this place right here has ambience, and it's just a nice break from the music and the rumbling bass sounds of the Mammoth Graveyard and the caverns, as you can see here or here. It has this low bass rumbling all the time. It depends on what, audio hardware you're using right now, headphones or speakers. And then outside, it's very nice. And so when you enter a place with background music, it's such a nice change of pace in a sense. I don't know how to explain it. Okay, so far I haven't done any sequence breaks, so to say. I've been playing the game in the exact order that it's designed in, because I'm doing that on muscle memory. But I would like to try to do something different and see how I adapt. And we get mud pepper. Okay. I like that the raptors just explode. Some enemies, crumble, like, yeah, the cornflowers. And the spiders, they, like, splat. It makes sense, but the fucking raptors, they just explode. Oh, that's pretty cool, though, that they turn into bones. But they only do that when they drop items, which is random. Amulet of Annihilation, that's good. Mammoth Guard. Well, that's nice. No. Alright, we're gonna head up on top of a volcano where a guy is making green stew. I have no idea what this image is trying to tell me. Another fine blend, nice nose, good color. Hi, you wouldn't know how to get into the volcano from here, would you? The volcano, no. None but the way that would turn an adventure into ash and molten bones. Pardon me? It's like he's insulted. You could try the catacombs at the base of the volcano, but there's a big fucking rock in the way. Levitation, that's a good solution. You can lift rocks and other heavy objects by using the levitate formula. And he gives us fucking firepower. So I'm wondering right now, how are we gonna get the levitate formula if it's randomized? Let's see. Nothing we need here. Well, this place is cool. Cool music as well. Okay, so we can either head into the swamp, fight a boss, and hopefully get something good. Or we could head back to the village and get 2 new spells, and hopefully one of them will be the levitate formula. These fucking raptors! I'll head back quickly. So now you can see how short the mammoth graveyard is if I just run through it like this in speedrun fashion. And that's it. So here's the rock that we need to lift, but we can't. Now there's a glitch we can do to get past it, and I think I know how to perform it. It's not that hard. But I want to do this playthrough glitchless. Let's see, there should be a spell to the left here. Well done, nice save. I can help you defend yourself in future battles with an old recipe. The defend formula, which is actually regrowth. Or regen in Final Fantasy. Same thing. And this guy should be selling new equipment, right? Nope, he doesn't. We should get the leather collar though. I think you can get that for free by controlling the dog and talking to him, but never mind. We bought it. Now there is also a ROM hack, so you can play this game 2-player, which I've done and streamed as well. So that's kind of cool. Let's go and get another formula. It should be down here. Yeah, one player can play the dog. And then you can just press select and you switch places. Which me and another friend did. I guess you could hack the game so you're 2 humans as well, but that makes it really imbalanced. Since the human is much stronger with the spells and throwing spears and shit. Bronze chest plate. That's a good equipment, actually. Wait, the game said the bronze chest plate when I picked it up, but in the menu it's called bronze armor. Huh. Yeah, look at that. I also wonder if there's a ROM hack to make the game more difficult in a way. Maybe random enemies? Since, you know, everything is planned according to your level. But if you get random enemies, you could get super high level enemies in the beginning, which is both bad and good. The bad part is that they can one-shot you, but the good part is you get so much experience, so you can level up much quicker. What a pleasant surprise, good job. So he's gonna give us the cure formula to get rid of status effects, but we are gonna get Revealer. Reveals hidden paths, which is nothing we need as of now, but sure. Root, yes please. And vinegar, why not? Get some oil. Yeah, that should be good. Okay, so we still don't have the... We still don't have the levitate formula, so we can't get into the volcano. So either I will have to use the glitch in order to get it. Oh, wait a second. I have to talk to that guy again. Never mind. Yeah, we'll head to the swamp area. And beat the boss. We should be pretty close to level 3 spear, I believe. Let's see, weapon skill. Yeah, we're halfway to level 3. Just 47 enemies. 46. So we could just go around here and kill all these enemies and get level 3 spear. But holy fuck, the game will be easy after that. But for the next playthrough, I will definitely pick hard difficulty. Which will hopefully get rid of end game weapons at the beginning. Kind of insane. Let's go. We should rest. I'm just gonna try the glitch and see if I can get it to work. So we are supposed to, let's see, We can make the dog stand in place by holding R, which will make him sniff. And then he will not go after us until we release it, like this. But as long as we're holding it, he will be down there. And that will work in our favor. So what we're gonna do now is to press select so the camera goes to the dog. And while the camera is over there, this rock will be unloaded. And then we can switch back to the human and run straight up, hopefully. Something like that, but I don't know the timing. We'll use that as a last resort, I guess. Shit. Looks so cute. Hello, girl. The beasts in these parts are very dangerous. You should stock up on life-giving items. We should maybe do that. Maybe not. Silly dog. Alright, now we have entered the swamp area. Which is home to the worst enemy in the game, which is Frippos. And they're so annoying, because they always hit you and you never hit them. It kind of feels like that. And they attack super fast. You miss, and they attack you, and you see, it's just fucking annoying! And their, like, charge time is very fast as well, so... they can be really annoying. But here's a cool trick. If you just stand still, they can't hit you. You see, their range never reaches you if you stand still. So the trick is to be defensive against them. I wish I learned that way sooner than I did. So I guess you could call it a whiff punish. Wait, we already have the fucking... the flying machine? Huh. Okay, so with this we can go into another area of the game, but do we want that though? Yeah, I'm gonna go to that boss battle and see what happens. And there are some more chests here that we need to open up. How the fuck did that miss? My god. Are you seeing this? RNG, please. There we go. Oh, never mind. We can't get over there from here. Ethanol? Huh. This is another place where there's no music. Just ambience. And I really like it. I mean, you can tell they actually tried a lot with this game. I mean, there are so many details. It looks good. Herbal essence. There we go. I mean, look at this. All the sprite work and the animations. Like some of these places, they really feel finished. The swamp area is one of those areas. It doesn't feel rushed at all. It's pretty big, open-ended, multiple ways to go. So yeah, I like this place. No. Holy shit, gold-plated vest already? Okay, so far we have had these three. 3 extra defense, 7, 12, and now we have fucking 55 extra defense. What even is this? We have 70 plus attack and defense already in the first act of the game. Oh. Let's see if he can... Yeah, so he does 0 damage. Look at that shit! So fucking broken, dude. It's not even fun anymore. You still get, you know, hits done, but they do no damage. So that gold-plated vest, you get that in the 3rd act of the game, and there are 4 acts in total. Poggers! Hey, he did 1 damage at least. Insane. Let's see, we still haven't used any spells, so I guess I can show some of them. We have the Sting right here. Oh. A bunch of bees attacking and it does damage, wow. We have Crush on the Frippo right here. Big fucking fists. And all the enemies have different stats, you know, different magic defense and things like that. And the Mosquito, of course, has maybe minus in defense. That's why magic does so much damage to it. We have Firepower. Maybe not. Wait, it didn't work. Oh, it got delayed. It got casted 2 times instead. I have no idea why. We have... Yeah, that's basically it. And we have Speed. Makes us glow and shit, then we get more agility. But it doesn't make you run faster or anything like that. It only makes you dodge more. I believe that's the only stat we have is evade percent. So 53% chance of evading attacks right now. Like that. But it only works for physical attacks, of course. Magic can never miss. Yeah, this is gonna be super easy. We have defense, we have attack power. Look at that shit. What is that? Looks creepy. And also we had barrier. I mean, we have barrier, which makes us invincible. It's just so broken. For like 30 seconds. And then regrowth is pretty cool. We can cast it to, yeah, both players. And now we're healing over time. 1 HP per second, I guess. It even works on the cutscenes or text boxes. Okay, here's the second real boss fight in the game. It's Salabog. And he is the second reason why people quit this game. He is not balanced whatsoever. If you play this game normally, and you get to this point, and same thing as Thrax, there are no save points before the boss fight, and you're stuck in here until he kills you or you kill him. And this boss fight is much more difficult than the Thrax boss fight. So they did the same exact mistake 2 times in a row. This boss, at least on the PAL version, has 2000 HP. It's insane for a second boss fight. It's actually more health than what some of the later bosses have. So they just flat out failed in the balance department. And if you don't have a ranged weapon like I have with the spear, you can barely reach him with your normal attacks. And see, he does 15 damage even though I have that gold plate, whatever. You see, you can barely reach him with your weapons. You have to let him attack and then, whiff punish. But he can do more than half of your health in a single attack if you don't have that insane, armor that I have. What were they thinking? Indeed. I remember so much struggle against this boss as a kid. I mean, holy fuck, I struggled for many, many hours in total. So my way of beating this game was to get the spear, which you can get before this boss fight, level up the spear to at least level 2, which I have, and then throw the spear like that. So you're in no harm of getting hit by him. You only have to deal with the will-o-wisps, these 3. If you kill one of them, another one will respawn as soon as Salabog re-enters. You see, he goes down every time he takes damage, doesn't matter how little. And then when he comes up, he spawns new will-o-wisps. And that's basically the boss fight. Fortunately, he does not have any spells whatsoever. He only attacks and summons will-o-wisps. But the crazy fact that he has like 2000 HP and you do maybe 20 damage in one attack. That one doesn't count because I have the super spear. I'm speaking in terms of normal gameplay. So if I attack him like this, yeah, you see. All in all, extremely hard boss battle for a first timer. No save point before, no checkpoint. It's just a big middle finger. Fortunately, we have the spear at level 2. We can just throw it and do lots of damage to him. And what's weird to me is that other boss battles later on in the game, they have, much better balance in terms of, health, and there's a save point before most bosses in this game. But the first 2 major bosses of this game don't have a save point, where people need it the most because they're learning the game. They don't know better. It's like really bad game design. As much as I love this game, I cannot defend it in these terms. I can't. I am also one of those people who criticize this game for really bad game design at certain parts. You see, I'm doing so much damage, but he's not dying. Just imagine how long you will have to do this when you do maybe 30 damage per throw or per hit. I mean, you can use call beats and, maybe use Fire Ice Storm like this. It's a range attack, works, and it does, 69. But you don't have that many call beats in this point of the game. And you don't have many good alchemy formulas either. I'm just wondering, when they made this game and they playtested it from the beginning, didn't they get to this boss fight and figure, maybe 2000 HP is a little bit too much? I mean, god fucking damn, did they think it was so fun to run around dodging the flames, throwing the spear multiple times, if you have it? I don't know, it's just, what were they thinking? But hey, the game was rushed, and that's another example. Exactly, that's what you can do. Get good. And that's what I did as a child. I had so much trouble with this boss, but, you know, I got good. I got the spear, I leveled it up, I grinded, I got some spells, got some healing items, I stocked up, you know, I prepared myself. And then I beat the boss and was like, yes, fucking, let's go! And that was a very good feeling. But most people aren't that dedicated. I don't think so. I think most people, especially today, would say, no, fuck it, I'll play something else. Too much effort. This guy is so weird. And you did all of this for a mud pepper. And you need the mud pepper to to cast the levitate spell in order to get into the volcano. But we don't have the levitate spell. I don't know what to do. Probably use the glitch. And that's it. We're done with the swamp. And you know, it's so sad that the first act of this game is the most imbalanced and hard part of the game. Definitely, Act 1 is the most difficult part of the game. And when you're a new player trying to learn it, it just makes it even more difficult. Even me, who is, you know, a veteran of this game, still struggle when I play the game normally. If I don't grind, if I just, you know, keep going forward, playing the game normally, I would have troubles. I mean, it is a difficult game. Let's see if we can get past that fucking stone. But yeah, what I'm trying to get at is that even though the first act is the hardest, the other acts, 2, 3, are really well done. I mean, they don't feel as rushed. They feel really balanced and thought out. And they are, you know, a joy to play. And if it gets too hard, there are multiple ways to make it easier. You have more spells, you have more weapons, you have charms and shit like that. There are many ways to get good and get stronger. In the first act, not so much. So the first and fourth act are the worst. The fourth act is cool, but it's super rushed, unfortunately. And the first act is just imbalanced and poorly designed, which is sad. It's the most important act, of course. Every time I replay this game, only 13 tabs, nice. How many are of them are artwork? But yeah, me replaying this game many times as a kid, every time I got to Act 2, that's when I got excited. I just felt like Act 2 is where the game really begins. And it's also that jungle themes and graveyard swamp isn't really my cup of tea. It's not that fun of a scenario. Well, the second and third act have really fun atmosphere and stuff like that. Especially the third. The third act is my favorite in the game, I believe. Super fun atmosphere. So let's see if I can perform this glitch. Maybe if I start over here. Oof. Ugh. Stop running down here, boy. No. We have to listen to this stupid ambience. God damn, it's so difficult. I have done it once, but the timing is strict. But hey, what we can do is, let's see, load our save state. We head back to the swamp. And since, for some reason, I don't know why, but we have access to Act 3 flying machine. And with this baby, we can fly around in the world. We can go to any place we want except Act 4. Good music. So, yeah, here's the world. We can fly around. And this is where the game uses Mode 7. Really, really cool. The world isn't that big at all. You have this place, which is Act 2. Yeah, around here is Act 2. It's a big fucking desert. There's a town up here. Let's see, can you change the... There we go, the camera angle. I believe you can go up and down as well. Yeah, like this. Kind of like a zoom effect. Okay, so this is where Act 2 begins. So let's see, where is Act 1? I think it's over here. Here we go. So here is Act 1. This entire jungle area. So here's the volcano. Here's the big bug we fought before. There's the village. So this is Act 1. And at the end of Act 1, you go down this river. All the way over, let's see, here. Yay, more 7. Exactly. So here is where Act 2 starts. And you head up, through the desert to the town. You have this place over here with the pyramid and the Colosseum. And after that, you head into Act 3, which is on the other island. Over here, by the chessboard. So this is Act 3. You have a forest in the middle, a river, chessboard, 2 castles. And that's basically it. And some towers over here. And that's it. The game isn't much bigger than that. I mean, the world isn't much bigger than that. And then Act 4 is actually in space. Wow. And something that always, filled me with mystery is this island right here. You never ever do anything with it. You can't land here. You can't... It just exists and there's nothing here. You see? We can zoom in so much. But there's nothing you can do here. Ever. So maybe just cut content. Maybe there would be an optional, boss or something, quest or whatever on this island. But most likely it's cut content. And over here as well. Here's also an island, which has, you see, something here in the middle. I don't know what the fuck this is. But, yeah, you can't land here. You can never see what it is. Maybe more cut content. But not knowing makes it more fun. In a way. It's kind of fun to, imagine what were they planning there. And also in the world itself, over here, for example, let's see. And maybe some of these places that you never go to. You can sit there and wonder, like, what's over here? For example, this place right here. Here is where Act 2 begins. Right here. This is Act 2. But you can never be on this side of the river. I mean, over here. So like these 3 bulges or whatever they are. Like hills. Something, house, I don't know. You can never go here. You can never see what this place is. But you can see where, you are over here. So you can see these places at least. But yeah, enough dilly-dallying. Let's land in Act 2 and see what happens. You can land by those fireplaces. And the dog changes shape. Depending on which act you are on. So in Act 2, you have this type of dog. He's cool. We have new enemies. They are called rogues. They have 200 HP. So that's pretty... That's a lot, you know, compared to Act 1 enemies. And they hit like a truck. Of course, because they're hitting us with... I forgot the name. And this is a mad monk. He's pretty weak physically. He has only 75 health, but he has status effects he can inflict on you. And you get lots of money. So each enemy has, you know, different stats, of course, but also their drops are different. Some give more experience, some give more money, and so on. This place is cool as fuck. And the music is good as well. Where are we going? Such a good melody. One of my favorite melodies in the game. It's just sad that the music volume is quite low, so you can barely hear it. We would like to... Okay, so in Act 2 you are using jewels as currency. So we need to exchange money. We get 1 jewel for every 2 talents, so... We have barely 1000 jewels right now. There's supposed to be a guy hiding behind the crates here. And he has a very stupid offer. Like 10,000 jewels, which is 10 times more than we have. For a stupid item which you can get much cheaper later on. So I never took it. But apparently, I think on the internet it said if you actually buy it, he gives you a bonus item, which is a chocobo egg. And in this game, the chocobo egg gives you more max HP. And you can get that egg later on, but this would be the earliest point in the game you can get it. So I guess that's good. That rogue up there is actually an enemy. You see, they have the same model as the friendly rogues. You can talk to them. But that one up there is just an enemy. And that's because you can attack him, you see. You see, he stands still, you can attack him. They just placed an enemy there. Ahoy, matey. No thanks. And the spider is called Sand Spider. I like the ambience here as well. could listen to it for hours. No, it's not the bronze axe. We get call up. Huh. Okay. Whoa, that's expensive though. The ethanol. Okay, so we can either head up to the through the desert, or we can head to the pyramid and Colosseum. So that's kind of fun. We have these options. Well, the dog is dead again. Hey, there's Salabog. Wait, we can't get over there? Huh. Oh, never mind. Wait, what? Huh. Slow burn. Nice. Where's my dog? Yay! My dog is here. Okay, so we do have an amulet of annihilation. So we can use it to get past the desert, but I think it's more fun to run through it normally. And this is the biggest area of the game. It's insanely big. You can get easily lost here. And you also take damage from the heat. But you can refill your health by finding an oasis. But I can't find one. Here we go. Yay, finally. Okay, so this is the market. But before we do anything there, we're gonna do a secret, which is right to the left here. Gonna kill the spider. And then we're gonna stand in this whirlpool for a long time. So I'm gonna use fast forward here. Until something happens. Yeah, we're slowly dying. And the dog is dead. Right there. So he's gonna sleep in this spinning circle. There we go. So, yeah. Finally, you actually go down there. But you need to heal yourself if you don't have enough health. We can go to the right here, and we get rice and spice. And we get our health refilled for some reason. And with that, we have 99 rice and spice. And rice is kind of cheap, but the spice, not so much. So having, maxed out spice at the beginning of the market is really, really good. So the market is one of my favorite places in the game. It made such a huge impact on me as a kid. It just, wow. It definitely taught me how different games could be. I mean, this whole area right here is so much different to all the other games I had on my Super Nintendo growing up. Going around talking to people, buying and trading with currency and items. It was like, what? I had no idea. I only played, sport games and Mario, Zelda. Zelda has that in a sense, trade quests and villages and places like that. But I don't know. I really enjoyed this game's atmosphere. So the next thing we're gonna do is talk to this preacher. The end is near. Heed my warning. And we're just gonna listen to him for quite some time. I'm not gonna read through all this, so you have to speed through it. Speed read it if you want to. He says a lot of different shit, and now he's also breaking the fourth wall, controlling us. It's true. We're merely sprites that dance at the beck and call of our button-pressing overlord. This is a video game, don't you see? We are characters in a video game. This guy is a nutcase. If I am lying, may I be struck down by the powers that be. So you see, he's saying, if I'm lying. But he isn't. You know, he is right. So there's a fourth option you can do here, which is, you know, doing nothing. And so he's not lying, and you get a reward for not turning me into something. You are a kind soul. And we get the stone vest. So yeah, really cool right here. I didn't know that for the longest time, that there's a fourth option. I always turned him into a, you know, basket. But then I learned that you can say no, and you get a new armor. But the stone vest is inferior to the gold-plated vest, of course. So I'm not gonna use it. I knew that philosopher guy was a wacko. You were very kind to that philosopher. He's kind of nutty after all. Yeah, I guess. Nut. I guess. Speaking of secrets, we might as well show another one. So we have these animals, like the goats and chickens, the chickens. And if you press enough times, something will happen. Hope you enjoy that sound. Hey, you! Yes, you. Do not taunt the chickens. What if I do it again? Yeah, I just saved. Is he yawning? What the fuck? Let's go, boys. I don't remember if you die if you only have 1 HP. I don't think you do. But we'll see what happens. You were warned, dude! You will regret that. What? Okay, so it's programmed. They take your max health, and that number doesn't mean anything. It just programs you to get down to 1 HP. Stop tormenting the peepees. But I wanted to show that. I don't think there's a second message. But from what I could... I didn't count it, but it felt like it was 100 presses for each message. We might as well continue with the secrets, right? Here's another one. Ceramic pots? Classic design, very durable and priced to move. Only 2 bags of rice per pot. So it's not that expensive. I'm sold. And I think for each pot you buy, there's a small chance you'll get something good. And one of those, I think there are multiple random items you can get. You can get rice or jewels or items, whatever. But the one item that we do want is the chocobo egg, I believe. This is another place you can get it. I'm not sure here. It's been quite some time since I played this game. So I might be wrong. So we're gonna buy this. I think it's for each purchase. So if we purchase 10, it's not gonna be, 10 lotteries. We're gonna do 1 each. And I believe it's gonna be much easier if we use a turbo button. Or maybe fast forward like this. I guess this is fast enough. I should definitely program a turbo button on this controller. Yeah, I'll do that. That's gonna be quite annoying. Let's see here. configuration, controllers, auto fire. Let's see, the A button. Is it? I think it is. A. Let's put that on the right stick. Let's see if that is enough. Nope, that was not right. Let's see again. Controllers. Outfire. It should be the B button. There we go. Save. There we go. Now we have a turbo. So we can press the right stick and then do fast forward like this. I'm not getting anything. Huh. Yeah, imagine doing this on the real console. That would take quite some time. Am I doing something wrong here? I'm not getting anything. And we're out of spice. No thanks. We need more rice. And the cheapest place to get rice is from this lady. Delicious rice, 3 jewels per bag. So that should be good. We'll buy 20... 40... Let's see. 10. That should be... Did I count wrong? No, 91. Oops. Alright, let's try again. For fuck's sake! Am I doing something wrong here, or am I just unlucky? Huh. I'll have to look this up. Yeah, we're almost maxed out on the pots, so we can't get anything more. Alright. Now I'm really curious if I have a faulty memory here. So I'll just look it up real quick. Hope that's okay. Secret of Evermore market pots, I believe you could search on. Let's see here. Pots. Here we go. They can acquire the chocobo egg by randomly finding it when buying ceramic pots. Okay, but I didn't get anything. Huh. Is there like RNG table? I would like to know how low the chance is. An easy way to make money in the market is to buy as much rice as possible from the merchant that sells it at 3 jewels. Then trade it all to the merchant that trades ceramic pots. Finally go to the appraiser and sell all the pots. Huh. Okay, so that's one way to make infinite money. When doing this, the player should trade their rice for pots in groups of 5, as the pots have more often jewels in them than buying in groups of 10. A single purchase buy will never contain anything. Oh, for fuck's sake. Alright. The amount of jewels found with each discovery depends on whenever the chocobo egg or the magic gourd is possessed. Alright, so we need to buy the pots in groups of 5, I guess. 50 if at least one of the items is possessed. Otherwise 10. Okay. Wait, there's a secret cage of 500 jewels in the pot east of the stall offering jar of spice for 4 bags. Said pot can only be accessed during the 2 times the market is closed, since there is a basket blocking it otherwise. Holy shit, I never knew that! Wow! I have to look this up. Full screen that. Okay, so now the market is closed. Which means that this thing is gone, that blocks it, so we can go up here and find 500 jewels. Wow! We learned something new. I had no idea. Alright then. We should head into the inn. Here's another very good music track. This is a song I have to learn on guitar at some point. Or piano, doesn't matter, but probably guitar. It sounds really difficult though for my skill level. No! Now it's gone. Okay, we're gonna stay in here. I need to hear the entire loop. It's that good. In the meantime, I would like to thank everybody for, checking out the stream. Thank you so much for hanging out and lurking. I really appreciate it. Remember to hydrate. And that's it. This place is empty. The big meeting in the city square is probably starting. Holy shit, that's fast turbo. Okay, I don't want to go down to 1 HP right now. But yeah, let's go to the town square. And the dog just disappeared because you're not supposed to have him here. He's supposed to be up there. Poggers, is that you? I need to fight him? I am Tiny. You're coming with me. Thank you for the reminder. That's good. You wait here, Tiny. That way nobody gets hurt. Whatever. Not until you fight Vigor. Vigor? So, as a kid, I thought you fought against Tiny, but you don't. You fight against some other gladiator. I'm not really the gladiator fighting type. But you were chosen. There's no denying that. You're going to fight. Now, I'm going to leave and let you prepare. The gate will close behind me. Should I record your progress? No. Sure. Well, Poggers, this is another fine mess you've gotten us into. Here I am about to take on some tooth-spitting, sword-carrying champion gladiator, and all I've got is a fucking laser lance. What are you worried about? You have sci-fi weapons on your side. Protector's ring, that's good. Holy fuck, boys. If you thought this armor was good, the 55 defense, look at this ring. 101. That's one of the best rings in the game. Look at that defense! Or defend. It's insane. That's an Act 4 equipment, by the way. I can probably not die now. This scene is cool. Good music as well. Emily, I hope you're looking. There's a Moogle. Final Fantasy VI references right above there. There's even a Final Fantasy VI character. I don't know if you can recognize it, but the Moogle is pretty obvious. Have you seen this reference before? The Moogle and Final Fantasy VI? Or is it Final Fantasy IV? I don't remember. Some loser with a stick! Yeah, the music is good. Indeed. Okay, so this boss fight is a nightmare if you don't have the throwing spear. But I do. So he will chase us like this, you know, we can't run past him until he attacks us. Now he's using the crowd. You go behind him, you throw your spear, he takes damage. And the cycle repeats with different attacks. He has 1000 HP. And you can stand behind this pillar and he can't do shit. Shit. So it's just so weird to me that this, the fourth major boss, or the fifth. Yeah, this is the fifth major boss in the game. Or big boss. And, holy shit. I just wonder, why does this boss, the fifth boss, have less HP than the third boss? Such weird balancing. He's from 6, okay. And also another reminder, Emily, if you want to hear more of this music in good quality, I have that YouTube video, the complete soundtrack of this game. So you can listen to it whenever you want. I highly recommend it. And he did. Yeah, baby. Sword? Hey, we got the diamond eye. We got both of them already. What? Yeah, that's good. And if you ever get time, I strongly recommend you actually play through this game on your own. It's a really, really good experience. You know, it's on the Super Nintendo. How can you go wrong? And it's not a very long game either. Well, maybe for a first timer. It's not that obvious all the time what you need to do. But of course today we have internet walkthroughs and, you know, you can call me. So you'll never get stuck in this game. Unless in the way of it being too difficult. Because as I said before, the game is not easy. First time. More kickins. I don't know why I say that. I like to call them kickins. It just sounds fun. And same in Swedish. Chickens are called kyckling. So you pronounce it with sh. But sometimes I like to, you know, play stupid and say kyckling. Because that's how it's spelled. It's spelled Kyck. But you pronounce it skyck. But I say kyckling sometimes. It's just so weird. Have some chicken feed. It's delicious. No, don't. But it's... Oh no. Okay, so here's the deal. The marketplace is abandoned 2 times in the game. First time, it's after you've come here the first time and you spend like 10 minutes or whatever here. And then it's off to the plaza and we do all that boss fight that we just did. The second time is when you have both of the diamond eyes, which we do right now because of random items. We're not supposed to have these yet. But since we have them, the game is like, oh, then the marketplace should be empty. And if we go to the right now, there's going to be another boss fight. And I think we're kind of under-leveled for that. Because it's the last... No, it's the second to last boss in the second act. So he's not that easy. But we do have the lance. We should be fine. So we're gonna save. That way there's no need for, backtracking through the desert multiple times. Which you do normally. But we can get this out of the way. And this boss fight is really cool. I think it's called Aegis. And that's a word I have always liked. Welcome to Die. Here's Aegis. He spawns random faces. And he spawns enemies accordingly to that face. Super annoying. And while that face is up, you can't damage him until it goes away. But we can stand over here where we're supposed to be fine, I think. No, never mind. They can still hit us. But we have so much defense, so they can't do damage. And then when it's gone, you throw the spear, rinse and repeat. And if we stay up here, you can see the enemies don't attack us. They're down there now. And the enemies... this boss is just like Salabog, the snake swamp boss, that if there are less than 3 enemies on the playing field, he will spawn new enemies. But since there are technically 3 enemies on the battlefield right now, he doesn't spawn anything. So here you go. Here's a super simple trick to beat the boss. We're just gonna stand here. He can't attack us. He can only spawn enemies. But only if there are less than 3. So I find this fun in a way. You beat the game at its own game. Do you say that? Maybe not. But as I said, the game is really hard for newcomers. But there are so many tricks. There's so many weird things you can do to beat the game or make it easier. And this boss fight is, quite challenging the first time. Because it's just an onslaught of enemies. Enemy after enemy all the time. But you see, he can't do shit. But yeah, we're not gonna do it like that. We're gonna do it for real. Alright. We can't attack him. So this is how the boss looks normally. You have these stupid, annoying-ass enemies flying around you. You have to dodge that while attacking the boss. And if we didn't have that armor that we do, it would be really difficult at this part. You can barely attack these enemies as well. They just fly in and fly away, and they have lots of health as well. And these are special kinds of enemies. Skullclaw. You can only find the Skullclaw on this boss. They don't spawn anywhere normally. Fuck. Hey, that's nice. I really hope you get through the game. Oh shit, the dog is dead, and we can't resurrect him. After I finally get through that game, I want to play the new Paper Mario game and finally keep playing my Dimitri story in 3 houses. Yeah. Fuck. Look at this shit. How much health do they have? Look at that shit. I can't even move. They just hit me all over the place. I just want to kill these enemies so I can show you what other enemies the boss will spawn. Oh, for fuck's sake, again. Stop it! A level 3, baby! Look at that, he spawns evil dogs! Okay, so the level 3 spear is extremely powerful. Because it pierces. Okay, so he's gonna spawn 3 flame things now. Oh, never mind, just 1. And these faces that he spawns right now, I would love to have that artwork as a pearl plate or whatever you call it. They're so cool. Bad dog. Yeah, he does a lot of damage. Now, why does he only spawn 1 enemy at a time? I thought for sure he would spawn 3. Ah, there we go. Shit. No, I missed! So as long as you run in 8 pattern, you should be fine. Bam! More bad dogs. Shit. Whew. No, don't spawn flames. Shit. What are they called? Will-o'-the-wisp. Not surprised. Okay. He has so much health. There we go. Head case. What? Let's go, poggers. Alright, we can finally do the marketplace for real now. Yeah. Okay, no more silly shenanigans. What are we doing here? We need to get more rice. There's no emote for poggers? Oh! Thank you very much for the follow, Gultherizzle.
Gultherizzle can't escape.
Nope. It's impossible. But yeah, Martin, there is an emote, but it's with capital letters. So, poggers with capital. Let's get some rice. There you go, boy. It's beautiful, isn't it? Okay, so now we need to buy pots, but 5 each, which is annoying because now we need to go down every time. Alright, we need to sell the pots as well. You know, I have a childhood fear of this merchant right here. And that's because my brothers, they got so mad at me because you can sell a one-of-a-kind item here. Right now I don't have any, but you know, you can get some one-of-a-kind items that make your character stronger, like a charm, and then you can go here and sell it. And me as a kid who didn't know English, I went here, I clicked around, and I accidentally sold one of those items, and they got so mad at me because now they had to replay the game from the start because there was no way to get the item again, or so they thought. There is actually a way to get it back, but it's kind of annoying. So I was never allowed to touch this merchant, and I just got so scared. I don't know. Okay, don't get mad at me. I swear I will never touch this merchant again. And that feeling still resides in me. Every time I click on this merchant, I get that, oh, I hope I'm not doing anything wrong now. It's fun in a sense. Yeah, sell those. Thanks. No. So let's buy more pots. No. Hey, okay, we got 20 jewels. Wow. RNG god, please help me. Fuck, we don't have rice. Come on, dude. Oh, ho, ho. 10 jewels. God damn it. Okay, annoying. I'm done. Not gonna do that anymore. Alright, now we're gonna get some more items. We're gonna get perfume. 3 jars of spice per bottle. Sure, we'll get 15. No. Never mind. That should be good enough. Beads? No thanks. We need kickins. We're gonna get some kickins up here. Wait, do I have rice? I do have rice, of course. More chickens. Wait, what? Chicken taunter? Hate to part with one of my chickens, especially to a low-down chicken taunter such as you. I didn't know that. Thank you, game. Taunt the goats if you want, but leave the chickens alone. What? Why? Oh shit, that's expensive though. Fine. Wait, we need beads. Shit. Do you have beads? No. Spice. Right, let's get some beads. Alright, good enough. Now we need... what do we need now? We need more rice. Spoons! Got some spoons. I will take 3. Okay. This girl. Jade disc. How about no? Armor polish. I don't have that. Tapestry. Sure. Helmet. Yes. Got a new helmet. I believe it's stronger than what we have. Yes, indeed. Obsidian helm. Good. A ruby heart. Jewel scabbard and limestone tablet. We don't have it. Sunstone. Limestone tablet again. Fuck. Mocha stick. Moxa stick? Yeah, that sounds good. What? What do I... 2 chickens. Jewel scarab. Okay, we don't have that. Yes, but other goods. There you go. Yes. Now we need to get armor polish. There we go. Fuck, we need more spice. We get that right here. Maybe. Okay. Pots. No, fuck. How many pots? 37. Time to get the new formula. It is Atlas. What's the meaning of this? Why do you disturb my rest? I'm sorry, I didn't... You're a skinny little guy, aren't you? You need some meat on your bones. You need brute strength. I've got just the thing for you. The power of Atlas. But it's actually energy... Holy fuck me. What? Okay, we need to get rid of something. Energizes, like... top 3 spells in the game. Top 2, maybe. Call up, we don't need that. Sure. Oh, that's cheap nectar. Get some of that. Get some biscuits. And that's good. Limestone tablets. Yes, please. Sounds good. We'll get 3. Jewel scarab. Yes, sir. No. Okay. We'll get 3 of those. I need to check something. Do we have access to the fly machine over here? Yes, we do. Huh. Huh. How many spices do we have? 25. Good enough. And kickens. That's good. Let's see here. Sunstone. Yes. Thank you, good sir. Mocha stick. Yes. And that should be it. The gloves of Ra. No. Alright, this looks good. Alright, Martin, thank you so much for hanging out today. I really appreciate it. Have a good next week, or whatever you say. Bye for now. Ruby heart, there we go. Jeweled scarab and limestone. Yes, sir. You're on. Okay, I got ruby heart as well. And the jade disc. Easy clap. Yeah, we are done here. I'm gonna go to the inn, sleep, save, and I'll end this stream here actually. It's getting late and I need to sleep for school and stuff. So yeah, I guess thanks to everyone who watched or, you know, came in, hung out, lurked, whatever. I love you all so much. And we'll continue this playthrough another time. Good night, everybody, and take care.